Chancellor, Presidents, Vice President, Dean, Heads of School, faculty, our new graduates, and most importantly, your guests. You're all very welcome to the college today, to the conferring ceremonies. Before declaring open the ceremonies of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and the National University of Ireland, I'd like to first introduce our platform party. At the table to the front, from your right, is Dr. Maurice Manning, Chancellor of the National University of Ireland. In the middle, Mr. Declan McGee, President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. And beside him, Professor Frank Murray, President of the Royal College of Physicians in Ireland. At the back row, again from your right, Dr. Attracta Halpin, Registrar of the National University of Ireland. Professor John Hyland, Vice President of RCSI. Mr. Milan Arumigasamy, Vice President of the Association of Graduates of RCSI. Ms. Judith Gilroy, Associate Director for Academic Affairs, RCSI. Ms. Fiona Mitchell, Regulation and Records Manager of RCSI. Professor Marie Guyden, Head of the School of Physiotherapy at RCSI. Professor Paul Gallagher, Head of the School of Pharmacy at RCSI. Professor Arnold Hill, Head of the School of Medicine at RCSI. Professor Hannah McGee, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at RCSI, and I am Cathal Kelly, CEO Registrar of RCSI. I now invite the graduates to stand, and I call on the Registrar of the National University of Ireland to formally open the ceremonies. If the graduates could please stand.
Universitas Hiberniae Nationalis, Pre Honorabiles Cancellariae, totaque Universitas, hic comitia universitaria, hodie convocata sunt, ut hei mulieres maxime eximiae, et hi viri maxime eximii, ad grados academicos admittantur. This is a meeting of the National University of Ireland for the purpose of conferring degrees. The graduands will be presented by Professor Cathal Kelly, Chief Executive and Registrar of RCSI, and the degrees will be conferred by Dr. Maurice Manning, Chancellor of the National University of Ireland.
I now declare open the conferring ceremony for the award of degrees of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I invite the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, RCSI, Professor Hannah McGee, to come forward to recite the graduate's declaration.
The RCSI Graduate Declaration, which we will now all recite together this morning, is a commitment to the highest standards of professionalism and ethical practice in your career as taught to you during your studies here in RCSI. It gives me great pleasure on this special occasion of your conferring to invite all of the graduates to recite together after me the declaration, which is located on page 15 of your conferring booklet. So after me, I will practice my profession in my chosen discipline with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first concern. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will remember that there is art to my profession as well as science, and that warmth, empathy, and understanding may outweigh treatment alone. I will respect the confidential information that is entrusted to me even after a patient has died. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will not use my professional knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those in whose steps I walk, and gladly share such knowledge with those that follow. I will respect the hard-won abide by the code of conduct of my profession in my chosen discipline. And I will promote high standards of practice, lifelong education and research in the interest of human health. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honour. Thank you.
For the award of Honours Degree of Bachelor of Science, BSc in Medical Sciences, can I ask the graduates for the BSc in Medical Sciences only to remain standing? Everybody else can sit. Pre honorabilis cancellariae, todaque universitas, presento vobis has meas filius et hos meas filios, quos omnis sitem moribus, quam doctrina habiles et honeus esse qui admitter ad graduam baccalaureatus scientiae honoro corso confecto, idique tibi fide mea testor, expondeo todaque academiae.
Ego auctoritatem mihi concessa, admitto vos ad gradum baccalaureatus scientiae honoro cursu confecto.
I now invite Professor Arnold Hill, Head of the School of Medicine at RCSI, to come forward to introduce the graduate.
I will now invite each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Thekra Al-Zabi. The following candidates will be conferred in absentia today, and if you're watching by live stream, we wish you congratulations on your achievement. Ramiza Nur Binti Razali, Khaled bin Marzouk, and Ashraf Ismail.
For the award of the Letters Testimonial of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland and the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, would the graduates in medicine please now stand, and we will recite together the declarations of RCPI and RCSI. So on page 14 of your book, if you could recite with me, I and your name, do hereby solemnly and sincerely promise and affirm that I will observe the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to preserve the honour and reputation of the College. I would now ask you to recite with me the declaration of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Again, I and your name. Do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. For the award of the Honours Degree of Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, Bachelor of Obstetrics, I now present the graduates for conferring and ask the graduates to remain standing. Pre honorabilis cancellari todaque universitas presento vobis, has meas filios et hos meas filios, quos omnes sitem moribus, quam doctrina habiles et honeus esse qui admitter ad graduam baccalaureatus in medicina, in chirurgia, in arte obstetrica, honoro corso confecto, idique tibi fide meo testor, expondeo todaque academiae.
Ego auctoritatem mihi concessa, admitto vos ad gradum baccalaureatus in medicina, in chirurgia, in arte obstetrica, honoro cursu confecto.
I now invite the President of RCPI to admit the graduates.
By virtue of my office as President, I admit you licentiates in medicine and obstetrics of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland.
I now invite the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland to admit the graduates.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you licentiates in surgery and obstetrics of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
I would like to invite Professor Arnold Hill, Head of the School of Medicine at RCSI, to come forward to introduce the graduates.
I'd like to invite each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Mohammed Alawad. And Ahmed Al-Hantoubi is in absentia today. Edmund Lee. Muhammad Shahir Muhammad Ghazali. Manaf Shihab. Weepatson Chuchai Date. Niall Eugen via Tillingham. The following candidates will be conferred in absentia today, and if you're watching by live stream, again, we wish you your congratulations on your achievement. Ali Al-Haddad, Peter Harvey, and Abdulaziz Hassan. That concludes the conferment of degrees and licentiates.
For the award of Honours Degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, can I please ask the graduates to stand? Pre honorabilis cancellariae totaque universitas, presento vobis hasmeus filios et hosmeus filios, quos omnes sita moribus, quam doctrina habiles et aeneos esse que admittur ad graduum baccalaureatus in scientia pharmacia, honoro corso, confecto idique tibi fide mea testor, expondeo totaque academiae. I now invite the Chancellor of the NUI to admit the graduates.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, admitto vos ad gradum baccalaureatus in scientia pharmacia honoro cursu confecto.
I now invite Professor Paul Gallagher, Head of the School of Pharmacy at RCSI, to come forward to introduce the graduates.
I will now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Kenny Adeyemi. Emma Burke. Avril Burgess. Amy Byrne. Kieran Carney. Margaret Ellen Clerkin. Julie Clifford. Fergal Costello. Laura Creevy. Ita Fitzgerald. Nora Fitzgerald. Leanne Flynn. Niamh Fogarty. Blóithín Guinan. Margaret Hand. Sharmina Haig. Afric Heffernan. Paul Hickey. Su Yong Huang. Niamh Keating. Sean Kennedy. Badr Grarbet. Philip Larney. Claudia Louis. Noel Lynch. Patrick Lynch. Fiona Mannion. Jane Marin. Tara McIntaggart. Sinead McGonigal. Amy Moran. Siobhan Nestor. Fiona Nolan. Siobhan Nolan. Gillian Noon. Aoife O'Reilly. Jane O'Sullivan. Emma Parker. Ita Quinn. Patricia Ryan. Lorraine Schwer. Nessa Walsh. Sinead Ward. Shona Waters. The following candidates will be conferred in absentia today. If you're watching via live stream, we wish you congratulations on your achievement. Deirdre Mahon and Damon Gaffney. And that concludes the conferment of the honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy.
For the award of honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Physiotherapy, could the graduates please stand for the declaration? Pre honorabiles consulari totaque universitas presento vobis has meas filios et hos meas filios quos omnis fit temoribus quam doctrina habiles et aeneas esse quae admittur ad graduum baccalaureatus scientiae honoro corso confecto idique tibi fide mea testor expondeo totique academiae.
Ego auctoritatem mihi concessa admitto vos ad gradum baccalaureatus scientiae honoro cursu confecto.
I now invite Professor Marie Guyden, Head of the School of Physiotherapy at RCSI, to come forward to introduce the graduates.
I will now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Warren Barry. Karen Carty. Siobhan Davies. Owen Farrell. Kate Fitzgerald. Sheila Ford. Grace Giles. Quiva Gilmore. Leonie Gleeson. Aideen Guy. Claire Kane. Julianne Kelly. Trace Kinnan. Anna Lawler. Cian McCaffrey. Benjamin Melvin. Alison Malamphy. Sarah Murphy. Brendan O'Donnell. Emma Poff. Daniel Quirk. Gordon Tracy. Graham Widger. The following candidates will be conferred in absentia today. If you're watching via live stream, we wish you congratulations on your achievement. Keith Kane, Enda McCarthy, and Breffney O'Mahony. That concludes the conferment of the honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Physiotherapy.
Pre honorabiles cancellariae, totaque universitas, ceremonies rite confectis, queso facias finem huius convocationis universitaria. That completes the NUI, RCSI and RCPI conferring ceremonies.
It now gives me great pleasure to invite Margaret Hand, class valedictorian, to address us on behalf of the School of Pharmacy class of 2015.
Good morning, Presidents, Vice President, Chancellor of the NUI, Registrars, Dean, Head of Schools, academic staff, fellow graduates, families and friends. I'm honoured to be standing here today on behalf of my fellow pharmacy graduates and friends. It is a hugely important day for us all, one that has culminated in 4 years of extremely hard work. We should all as a class be hugely proud of our achievements to date. It is hard to believe that this time 4 years ago, we were only embarking on this pharmacy degree. The time has certainly flown, but I think that we can all agree, whether we entered this course as an undergraduate or graduate student, that we've all found ourselves making friends for life. I would like to thank my friends and classmates for their support throughout this entire time. The lecturers in the School of Pharmacy at the RCSI have provided us all with a fantastic academic course. This is in addition to a solid foundation of practical knowledge to allow us to enter our internship year and to prepare for our future careers as pharmacists. Every single lecturer and personal tutor provided us with the inspiration, support, and motivation that we all needed to progress through such a rigorous course. And I would like to take the time now to thank all of our lecturers on behalf of the class. I also think that as a class we can agree that we arrived at this point today due to the love and support of our families. I am sure that at exam times and during busy times of the academic year that they had to put up with a lot of grumpiness and stressful behaviour from us, in addition to walking in a few eggshells. At this time, I would like to thank my parents for their unwavering love and support throughout the course and always, and to thank all of the parents, families and partners that are here today. It is an exciting time for us as graduates to have started our internship year. I have no doubt that as a class we will all excel during this year under the guidance of our tutor pharmacists. I also believe that we have exciting careers ahead of us. We certainly have a very impressive class, one that I believe has the capacity to make a real difference in the world of pharmacy as we embark upon a path of lifelong learning. So to finish, I wish to again congratulate all of my fellow graduates. You all deserve to be here today, having worked so very hard. And I would like to wish everyone the very best of luck in their internship year and in their future careers. I hope that you all enjoyed today and tonight, of course. Thank you.
I'd now like to invite to the podium Therese Kinahan as class valedictorian for the School of Physiotherapy class of 2015.
President, Vice President, Chancellor of the NUI, Registrars, Dean, Heads of School, academic staff, fellow graduates and distinguished guests, welcome to this very special day, our graduation. I am humbled yet greatly honoured to be invited to deliver this valediction here today on behalf of my friends and classmates, the physiotherapy class of 2015. It is indeed a high privilege and a great pleasure. The physiotherapy class of 2015 has finally arrived, and now we go forward to bring about effective change in the field of physiotherapy. Fellow graduates, today let us take pride in our achievements and celebrate our triumphs. Today is also an opportunity to acknowledge the people who have contributed to our successes. As we depart this august seat of learning, our alma mater, we do so confidently. Here at RCSI, we have been personally and professionally prepared to meet the changing needs and challenges of today's demanding world. However, it has not been easy. There have been difficult times along the way, tears shed and the candle burned at both ends. We will not forget in a hurry the sweaty palms and sheer anxiety as we waited nervously to enter the physiotherapy exams, the long hours endured in the library, the sleep deprivation, and the high, almost dangerous consumption of caffeine. And least not the nerves encounters as we left the safe confines of RCSI lectures to enter the clinical settings, where we soon realised the reality that awaited us as we prepared to enter into professional life. But we did not survive the exams alone on Red Bull and coffee. Our classmates were always ready to lend a hand, or foot, as we perfected our skills. But we have been resilient and have come through with flying colours. Fellow graduates, take a bow. You have displayed great integrity and the highest principles in your achievements. Well done. The good times spent here at RCSI will be forever embedded in our hearts. We reflect fondly on chocolate ball, college ball, our class parties and class trips, to name but a few. It has been a truly amazing journey. It is indeed important to acknowledge the unrequited love and support of our parents. Thank you for your emotional and especially your financial support. We also thank our family and friends and partners for their patience, understanding, and encouragement over the years. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Our sincere thanks to the staff of RCSI, in particular to Professor Guyden and the physiotherapy lecturers and clinical educators for their generosity of time, their magnificent dedication and guidance while we were preparing for this special day. We have been privileged to receive the highest standards of academic teaching here at RCSI. Thanks to one and all. As we leave here today, we do so with a mixture of emotions. On one hand, sadness. Sadness on leaving the hallowed grounds of RCSI and the friends we leave behind. And on the other, elation and anticipation as we take our place in the world to contribute in a positive manner to society. So, fellow graduates, let's hope that friendships endure and we find our niche in life. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have always imagined. What we have learned will serve as a platform to launch ourselves to reach our full potential in life. Reality begins today. Our education is our passport to the future. And so, to the physiotherapy class of 2015, I wish you all the very best in the next stage of your lives. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Therese and Margaret. I think you'll agree they're wonderful representatives of their classes and ambassadors for RCSI. And as young colleagues coming on stream, I think you have to feel confident for the future of the health service. Thank you very much. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Mr. Declan McGee.
Chancellor of the NUI, President of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, Vice President RCSI, Chief Executive Registrar, Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Registrar, National University of Ireland, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, Vice President of the Association of Graduates, Heads of School of Medicine, Pharmacy and Physiotherapy, academic colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and especially our new graduates. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all here this morning to our college to celebrate this special occasion. We also extend a special welcome to your family and friends, some making their first visit to our college, who have shared your journey and now come to share in celebrating your achievement. The College of Surgeons has been in existence since 1784 and has been involved in medical education from the outset, initially training surgeons and very shortly after medical doctors, and much more recently, physiotherapy and pharmacy. The college has witnessed and experienced a lot of history in the intervening 231 years. By 1784, Grattan's Parliament had just been established, restoring for a short time legislative independence to the Irish House of Commons. Within a very few years, our founders would have closely watched the beginning of the French Revolution, followed by our own 1798 insurrection. And perhaps these events presaged other events more than 100 years later, which we now commemorate, World War I and the 1916 Rising, both seminal to this college. The November Conferrings are a very happy time for our college. In addition to the 100 graduates from this event, we will confer more than 730 other awards in nursing, multiple courses in healthcare management, leadership and education, postgraduate degrees of Master of Surgery, Doctor of Medicine and PhD, and the Master of Pharmacy on behalf of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ireland. In total, we will graduate 832 young men and women in healthcare professions and health sciences. So 832 handshakes. Already my right hand is aching. I know that our senior physiotherapy students offered immediate treatment to the marathon finishers last week, so perhaps I will need the same at the end of the graduations. But for now, we concentrate on you in this room, 100 new young graduates embarking on careers in medicine, physiotherapy, and pharmacy. This is your first professional qualification and marks the first step on your career path. Today, for you, is a great occasion, a milestone, a celebration of achievement. Achievement through ability, application, sacrifice, excellent teaching, and in particular the support of family and friends, already highlighted by Margaret and Therese. You deserve to celebrate your achievements, and you probably have, though it seems as though you all got to bed early last evening. And you deserve all of our congratulations. You may feel that at last you've come to the end of an exhausting period of study and learning, but the bad news is it goes on forever. Lifelong learning is the lot of a professional, and especially a healthcare professional. I very much enjoyed being at your graduation dinner last evening. I was privileged to share a table with the class reps. Aoife and Emma from pharmacy and Brendan from physio spoke very warmly and entertainingly last night about their time here and gave a real sense of community within the two schools. And Margaret and Therese have eloquently added to that picture this morning. Therese, one of 3 siblings who have or are studying physiotherapy at RCSI. That must be some sort of record. It was gratifying to hear your class representative say how much you all valued having studied here at RCSI. I hope that is true because we want you to maintain strong connections with RCSI throughout your professional lives. Benefiting from the Alumni Association with its expanding list of international chapters and the evolving mentor network, and in due course contributing to it by making available clinical rotations, electives, etc. from your own practice, whether that is physio, pharmacy, or medicine. I understand that the School of Physiotherapy will have its first major alumni event in 2 weeks' time, and I'm sure pharmacy will follow on. I certainly hope that the pharmacists among you enjoyed your time here, because you're destined to have very real connections in the coming years with RCSI. First of all, with the internship and the Master of Pharmacy program, which many of you have already commenced, and then carrying on with your obligations to continuing professional development at the Irish Institute of Pharmacy here in the college. Today, you have become the newest constituents of what I call the RCSI World Wide Web. Wherever you choose to practice in the world, you will never be far from a fellow Royal Collegian. In common with the other disciplines who will graduate here this week, you are now charged with using your new and enhanced knowledge, wisdom, and skill first and foremost for the benefit of your patients. It was Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States of America, who said, "The greatest prize in life is to work in a job where you can do great things." All of us who work in the field of healthcare have earned that prize. In the course of these graduations, all of you, doctors, physiotherapists, and pharmacists, and all the other graduates have made an identical ethical declaration based on the ancient Hippocratic Oath. During your professional lives, your adherence to these principles will be challenged and may be challenging, but they're fundamental to a life of a healthcare professional. A new challenge to maintaining probity is the pervasive presence of social media in our lives, and problems arising from its use have already emerged. These include misrepresentation of credentials, breaches of confidentiality, and as we have seen in the controversy at Tala Hospital this week, irrespective of who was at fault, omitting names does not ensure that confidentiality is not breached. Other issues arise because of the blurring of the boundaries between professional and personal lives, and include inappropriate communication with patients, depiction of intoxication, and use of discriminatory and inappropriate language. So before posting online, consider the following questions. Who will be able to see what I post? And the answer is probably everybody. Will anyone, including myself, be embarrassed or hurt by it? Am I proud of what I'm posting? Is this consistent with my values as a healthcare professional, including my pledge to protect confidentiality? I will finish by quoting a hero of mine, Dennis Burkitt, a surgeon born and brought up in Fermanagh, my own county, and who spent most of his working life in Africa working with very limited resources. He is most renowned for the discovery of the epidemiology, cause and treatment of a common fatal childhood cancer, now called Burkitt's lymphoma, and also for identifying the role of diet in many common Western diseases. In addition to many international awards, he received an honorary fellowship of this college in 1973, and when asked to inscribe his books, he wrote the following words, which I believe are apt for all of you. Attitudes are more important than abilities. Motives are more important than methods. Character is more important than cleverness, and the heart takes precedence over the head. Congratulations again to all of you, and on behalf of all at the RCSI, I wish you success, satisfaction, and happiness in your future careers. Thank you.
I would now like to call on the Chancellor of the National University of Ireland, Dr. Maurice Manning, to address the convocation.
President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, President of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, Registrar, Dean, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and in particular our new graduates. As Chancellor of the National University of Ireland, I'm delighted to be here in the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland for this morning's conferring ceremony. This, as the President has just said, is the first of the 4 conferring ceremonies over the course of today and Monday, signs of the continuing growth of RCSI and the increasing diversity and reputation of its programs. So I extend to you and to your families and friends a very warm welcome. The connection between the National University of Ireland and the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland goes back to 1977. On behalf of the university, I'm delighted to welcome those of you being conferred today with degrees in medicine, pharmacy and physiotherapy. My warmest congratulations on your achievements, and I'm very pleased to see so many of your family and friends here, and I'm sure they're all very proud of what you have achieved. Today, as the President has said, marks a very significant moment in your lives and in your careers. It is both an end and a beginning. It is the culmination of a very intensive period of challenging study and clinical practice, one in which you have assimilated a formidable range of information and you've mastered complex skills. It has been, and you know better than all of us, it has been a long and demanding journey. And today we publicly recognize and we applaud the high standards you have achieved in meeting the requirements for the qualifications with which you have been conferred this morning. You now stand on the threshold of opportunity. It's a very exciting time for you. You will bear heavy responsibilities for the lives, the health, the well-being of others. Medicine is one of the most sought-after disciplines in the university. Places are limited and they're highly competitive. The undergraduate study of program is rigorous, its duration one of the longest in the university. Those of you who have graduated today can feel a considerable sense of achievement in your new medical qualifications. As you go forward to take your places in the healthcare services in Ireland and in elsewhere, you should feel a strong sense of responsibility, and I know you do, to contribute to the quality of those services. Undoubtedly, in your work, you will have an influence on the quality of those services and on the experience of the individuals receiving those services, whether in hospital, clinic, or other healthcare centre. And the comments I make about our new doctors apply also to our new pharmacy graduates. You too will occupy positions where you will be able to have a positive influence on the quality of healthcare and on public information about health. Some of you will be involved in the development of new drugs to combat disease and disabling illness. But I hope that all of you will have the satisfaction of being directly involved in activities conducive to enhancing the quality of human life. As to the new physiotherapists, you too have a significant contribution to make in a wide range of areas. The great skills you have developed can make such a huge difference to the restoration of mobility after trauma, injuries, or strokes. You have the capacity, literally, within your hands to reduce suffering, to promote human dignity, and enable damaged individuals recover. And at the popular level, you're vital to the national sporting endeavour. By restoring our sporting heroes to fitness, you can hasten their return to the playing field. So sadly, as we know from looking back ruefully at the past few weeks, the Rugby World Cup, when it comes to treating hamstrings and various other strains, the best efforts of the most skilled physios need time on their side to be effective, and nobody is blaming you for the fact that we left at the quarter-final. For the university, the conferring ceremony is a celebration not just of your individual achievements, but also of the tremendous potential you offer for the future. You have the capacity to shape ideas and develop innovations that will have a positive and lasting impact on our society. And in this respect, we are particularly proud of our graduates in the health sciences, whose advances have made such a profound and meaningful impact in our lives. And we've heard two wonderful valedictory addresses from Margaret and Therese. And what they say reflects the feeling I have long felt, and I can say this very objectively. I'm not a medical graduate, I'm a mere historian, and maybe for my sins spent some time as a politician. So I am objective, and I can see perhaps more clearly than somebody with a vested interest. But what I can see, and what is reflected in that wonderful picture which dominates the front page of today's Irish Times, is the strong feeling graduates of RCSI have for their college, for the staff, for their mentors, for their fellow students, and in particular for the traditions and values of this college. And this, as I say, was reflected so beautifully in this wonderful picture in today's Irish Times. But it reflects what I constantly feel whenever I have an opportunity to confer degrees or to attend events in the Royal College of Surgeons today. And so as you leave here today, I would urge you to always retain the spirit of intellectual curiosity, that quest for continuous improvement that characterized your studies here at RCSI. Seek out new horizons and continue to push the boundaries of knowledge and practice in your chosen career, wherever that may take you. And I have no doubt that in the proud tradition of RCSI alumni, you will make a significant contribution to the advancement in Ireland and around the world. And I know too that you will forever retain a strong bond with the Royal College of Surgeons. So, on behalf of the university, I extend my sincere congratulations to all of you here today. I warmly welcome you all as new members of the NUI community. And this is a day of celebrations which began last night, to be enjoyed and to be remembered in the years ahead. For your parents and families and friends who are here today, the conferring is a great occasion because, as was mentioned by our two valedictory speakers, in various ways, you have supported our graduates and contributed to their success. And I know that they truly appreciate all the assistance and the encouragement, and it is very fitting for us all that you are here to share this day with them. For the President, the Registrar, the Dean, and all of the staff of RCSI and for their colleagues in RCPI, it is also very gratifying to see such a large cohort of graduates emerging successfully from the college. On behalf of the National University of Ireland, I congratulate you and wish you every happiness and success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chancellor. Again, my sincere congratulations to all our graduates, and my thanks to our staff, our teaching and administrative staff who worked so hard to help you on your way. This concludes the formal proceedings. It gives me enormous pleasure to invite our new graduates and colleagues and your special guests to join us for refreshments in the College Hall. Can I please ask you all to be upstanding for the outward procession?